Elysabeth Underhill answered the question placed before her not so long ago.
Oh yeah! What? We praise the prowess of garden birds. A woman elf brilliant, wise in thought, adorned with awards, bedecked with beads, the leader beloved who now ministers to all. People protector, truth-speaking teacher, chancellor, and champion of tigers' arts. Stout-hearted, stalwart, and stately. To kingdoms afar she is known. Through width of the world by wise folks all, a good Pelican she. Your Majesty, Your Highnesses, I bring before you Mistress Elysabeth.
So you're in charge today. We have this group. I put before you the question if you would like to join. Have some words for you to hear. Laurel that would speak for this candidate.
Your Majesty, I am Magnús hvalmagi, and it is my pleasure to speak on behalf of the Laurel. He's got a lot of things to say about this. I've worked with Lissa for a number of years now in the Office of the Arts and Sciences, doing higher level management, helping design and run Crown's A&S as well as other things. You get to learn a lot of things about the arts and sciences when you're doing it at that level. And in particular, I've learned how demanding the arts and sciences are. I kind of already knew that, but I have a deeper appreciation for it. It places demands on your time, and on your energy, and your resources, your long-suffering spouse as you light the yard on fire for the fourth time. It's still hard. But I think everybody here knows, everybody who practices art understands that it places the strongest demands on the heart to face a project that you love but won't work, or to pull out the seam ripper to deal with a tiny error, or when you just try your hardest and you can't nail it. That's when art is at its most tested, when we decide to still pursue this thing we love so passionately. And this is the East. And in the East, when we place demands, we step up. And how fortunate we are that when there was a demand, Lissa stepped up, because she's got the most heart of anyone I know. Lissa will, she's trying not to. Lissa loves the arts, not her art, my art, or your art. She loves your art, all of your arts, and everything she does is about that. She wants to bring you into the fold. She wants you to feel loved. She wants you to feel appreciated, because that's what having heart is about. That's what the arts are about, and that is why she is here today. Your Majesty, you are wonderful.
Is there a member of the Order of the Chivalry that would speak for this candidate?
Your Majesty, while not a member of the Order of the Chivalry, I bear words from Count Thorson. Unto the court here assembled, this Thorson send greetings and apologies. It saddens my heart that I cannot be there in person to speak for Elysabeth. I have seen virtues aplenty in this fine lady. I have seen compassion, determination, dedication, acceptance of harsh truths, endurance, great faith, and then a bit more compassion. Yet when I think of her greatest virtue, in my eyes at least, I see failure, or rather, her reaction to it. You see, for one to accomplish anything, let alone something of value, one must fail. This is how growth and understanding are fostered. This is how we become stronger. This is how we develop better methods and techniques. Most people fear failure. They feel ridiculed, or internalize it as a character fault. They avoid it. Lyssa seeks it out. She craves it because she possesses wonder and curiosity in such a mass that the need to understand and learn far outweighs such petty fears. She knows that success is simply the end result of a series of failures. Were that all, it would be enough. But she goes further and inspires others to go forth and screw something up so they can be better. And she adds to it that dash of joy, which is the best cure for fear. So in this way, my favorite pocket librarian has redefined the word failure. Anyone who can do this, the chivalry would be foolhardy indeed not to endorse. In service, Count Thorson of Silverlands.
Is there a member of the Order of Defense that would speak for this candidate?
Your Majesty. That's me. Hi everyone, I'm Thomas of Effingham. And so the Masters of Defense perseverance. And Lyssa has such a quality of perseverance about her that she just does not stop. Like, I'm not actually sure she's realized they gave her a Laurel, because she's still working at the level of somebody who doesn't know they have it yet. She just keeps going like a little train. And she is relentless. It is far more than just persevering. It is utterly relentless that she has the capacity to care about what other people are doing so hard that even I will sometimes feel bad for not doing something. Yeah, no, like, for real. So I cannot say enough things that really tell everyone how much she just affects people and keeps them engaged in what they're doing or wanting to learn new things. Like, even when I casually mentioned that I really enjoyed a lot of her bead work, she gave my wife and I several beads with Carolingia's heraldry on glass beads. It's disgusting how, like, thoroughly detailed and amazing they are. If you get one, you'll see it. She does wizardry with glass beads, but that's not why she's here. But she gave us those just because I mentioned it on a whim at an Uber crafting. And was like, there you go, and just trotted right off. And we're like, I'll go for a bag of these. So, she is the little, like, compassion monster that could, and will always keep chugging along. And I love it. Thank you guys for
Is there a member of the Order of the Rose that would speak for this candidate?
Your Majesty, Your Highnesses, Your Excellencies, I am Duchess Caoilfhionn, and I would claim that right. May I address your populace? So, Lyssa, I could talk about courtesy. Roses are known for talking about courtesy. We know she has that. We've already heard how much she gives of herself. We've heard about her compassion and her kindness. I would like to talk about inspiration. There is no one who has more joy than this woman. She has joy for everything. As Magnús said earlier, she wants you to come and show her your art. Even if it's not great, even if it's your first attempt, even if you're thinking about trying something and are just like, here's a book, and I'm thinking about trying this, she wants you to show it to her. She wants to be a part of your journey. I had occasion to, before the new rubric, on the day that she sat vigil for the Laurel, she won the A&S competition, and I happened to be lucky enough to be queen at that time. And so she became my champion. And nothing and no one have inspired me to want to play with fire more than the joy that she shows when she talks about bees, when she shows people how to do bees, and the things that she does. She makes little creatures. I want to make a little creature. I want to learn how to do that because there's no frustration there. She talks about her failures. She talks about her frustrations, but always from the standpoint of, but look where I came to. There are people who worry about failure, and I know some of those people. I am one of those people. And there's a quote that I often think of, and I think of Lissa, though she's never said this to me. What if I fall? Oh, but my darling, what if you fly? You can't, stop it. You can't succeed if you don't try. And when someone has such infectious joy and such passion about the things that they do and the things that you do and the things that they're thinking about doing and haven't tried yet, you just want to go along on that journey. Listen, you're an inspiration. You are everything a peer should be, and you have inspired me so many times over. Your Majesty, what you do today is right and good, and I, on behalf of my order, thank you for it.
Is there a member of the Order of the Pelican that would speak for this candidate?
Your Majesty, may I speak for this candidate? Howdy. My name's Philip. And I would speak for Alyssa. I'm nervous, very nervous, because I have much affection for this candidate. So I brought a prop, because I feel like one of the things we need to do is to be able to adequately express that we feel like this candidate is ready for the order. That's part of what we do. I'm so nervous that my accent's coming out, I'm sorry. So I brought the kingdom, the rubric, so I could see. So I could see if she was ready to be a pelican or not. So let's figure this out together. But before I do this, I do need to ask for her consent. Alright, so challenge. I'm going to say that it's a big job. I'm familiar with the job that she holds now as Kingdom A&S Minister, and I feel like that is a good challenge. And I think that when you started in the role, you may not have been quite ready for it, but you did a good job as an emergency deputy, and you did a lot of work as a champion yourself. And I think that you've grown a lot in the last year, really 3 years. And I'm going to give you a 6 on that. That's the high score, so that's good. Historical context. This is not going to go well for her. I've seen a lot of the stuff that you've done on like Facebook and email and Messenger. This paperwork stuff. This is not historical. It says a connection to work in a historical time or place, so maybe we can cheat this one. She's helped people be historical, so if you're in this room and you feel that she's helped you find your history here in the SCA, just to raise a hands or something so we can see. Okay, here's going to help you get past that. Materials, I think this is a problem again. Well, wait. I think that they talked in periods, so that's good. They did write letters in periods. And they, you know, they work things out and stuff like that. I feel like maybe like a 3 or 4. It's like fasting. Execution, I'm going to say that she is fantastic. I feel like I put a lot of heart into the job that I could not have done without Liz's help. Very clearly, when I was in this job, everything I felt was largely based off of her and then Magnús, who you heard from earlier. But like, I could not have had any joy in that job without their support, especially with Lysa. So your execution is very high. I had high expectations, and you exceeded them. In your methods, people have talked about that. You were so kind. You don't see this, but behind, she is deathly afraid of hurting people's feelings. She wants every single person in this room to walk away from this event having had a good experience. And you can't imagine how hard that is, because every single one of you in this room is different. You all have different expectations, you all have different needs, and when you put your heart and soul on the table and have somebody come up and ask for them to judge you, that is a vulnerable moment. When you are judging people, that is a vulnerable moment, and she cares about every single one of you in this room. So that's important for you to know. I think your method's spot on. Sources, this is bad. We'll just skip that one. I'm going to put this prop back in my pocket. If you want to join me in the 1590s, you can also have a pocket. Despite some shortcomings of an earlier period, she is much valued as a friend and certainly a comrade within the Order of the Laurel. It is my pleasure to say that I believe that you are more than qualified to be the Order of the Pelican. It is very hard, I believe, to attain that as a second peerage. I don't want to go that miss, because you have upheld any expectation I think we can have as a member of any order. You've done that well. So, Your Majesty, I commend her efforts to you, and I ask that you make her a member of our order. Thank you, Lysa, for me.
What is your answer?
Her Majesty invites to report the companions of the Order of the Pelican.
There are 2 of the 8 panels.
2 panels. Thank you. Is there a medallion?
There is, Your Majesty.
Is there another medallion? Is there another medallion?
That is the Tadcaster household medallion, and I washed it.
The Queen held a gathering of artists of her land. There she called Elysabeth Underhill before her and spoke of the long and great service that she has done for the kingdom. Then the skald said this: "The wild wolf of Walham whirls around the pearl spear. Hunter of elm and alder issues a gust from Muspel. The brutal tree, brightener, bites the gleam of Emir. Homeward hies the dog to the house with a strand of sand gems. Of fire I speak, spearing bird, the piercing serpent of the wound. Sorrow swimming in grim storm path. The adder of flame eddies ends the rowan rending, loose sharp chewing, holding grip full joy. Of fire I speak! Fervor of the flame path, tamed and tempered by heart heightened heat of life meter, as the fine work of Phoenix, a feast provides tide of giving Raven's river, the wren feeds the needy. Then the queen called Alyssa to join her order of the Pelican, and she agreed. Words by Magnús, hvalmagi, and Apa Ingen Canavers Derthang. Calligraphy and illumination by Isabel Chamberlain.